So you want marble in your kitchen. Here's what you're going to do. This is not from a professional, by the way. This is just someone that did a renovation last year, and these are my experiences. First of all, you're going to find your fabricator and find out what kind of stone you want. So look at some inspo on Pinterest and stuff like that. That's what I did. I knew I wanted Calacatta Viola, so I stuck with that. They will source it for you and then you approve. Or you deny and you ask them to look for something that has a bit more veining or something that's a bit more busy, or the opposite. And then you also want to take into account what kind of stone you want in terms of the finish. Our slabs are honed, which means that they have a bit more of a matte finish, but you can also get slabs in polished. It's fully up to you and your choice. Once you've either visited the stones or just approved them by email, then they will store them for you, but they will ask for a deposit to keep those stones on the side for you. So you have to, if you want them reserved and those are the exact stones that you want, then you have to put a deposit down. Once you've made a deposit, they will just simply store them for you until they're ready to template. For templating, you need your kitchen surfaces ready. That means your kitchen and units, majority of the time, fully installed. You can then call for the templating guy to come out, and then they do your exact measurements and help you decide where you need cuts. So we had a small amount of cuts on either side of our hobs and asked us if we could do a cut in the middle just in case for moving, if they would snap. Also, where your taps are going to go, if you're doing a sink out of the stone, then where your sink holes need to be. Everything kind of needs to be ready at that point, for basically as if the stone was coming, because their measurements are going to be the exact as what your stone needs to be. At this point, you can also decide what kind of edging you want. We have a DuPont edge on our island, and then we can have a straight cut on the rest of our slabs. But you can choose a number of different ones. We have a mitre cut for a shelf. You can also do a mitre cut to make your slab look thicker, which was something I wanted to do, but we didn't have enough marble, unfortunately. So that, at that point, is where you can decide all these things. They can do some on-site cuts, but they're very minor cuts. A huge cut across the whole wall or across a whole big slab is not really something they can do on site. That all has to be done in their fabrication center. Then they will go and cut, and then they will select an install date with you. Install date is basically just a dream. You sit back and watch the magic happen as they bring in these beautiful stone slabs. And as I mentioned earlier, there are very minor cuts that they can do on site, and we had one of them. It was for our pot filler. We didn't quite have the plumbing fittings in on the day of fabrication, but because it was such a minor cut, they were able to do it on the day of install. That was the only cut that we needed to do on site, so everything was literally just like falling into place. On install day is also where they fill the seams and seal the slab for you. Depending on your fabricator, they will only fill the seams where the marble touches. So if it's the marble to the wall, that is your contractor's responsibility. After that, you're done. Unless you have any issues, which we never had, you sit back and enjoy your new kitchen and your beautiful marble and admire it. If you have any questions, let me know.